Envoy 3804, did 210.
210, Envoy 3804.
American 2398, fighting 060, intercept the 10 center, localizer.
60 heading, intercept the 10 center, local American 2398.
Envoy 3804, heading 360.
360, Envoy 3804.
American 2398, cross Sharon at 5000.
Bunch of airplanes.
Center approach, 210 knot.
Oh, looks like these two airplanes are
Sharon
making
at,
love.
5 and clear for the ILS.
Well, that's strange. I wonder why that would happen. A couple of airplanes on top of each other. I'm not connected to the network.
2443, descend of 5000.
So is it possible that,
American 2443.
like, X-planes draw parked aircraft is conflicting with a lot of gates? It's probably eating up some frames. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Cosmic 2000, yeah, for sure. The Delta widget is one of the coolest liveries out there.
Tower 8139, maintain 250 knots, descend to maintain 9 or so.
Let's double check, make sure our volumes
Tower
are
approach, Envoy
okay.
3438,
Yep.
level at 11, 250 knots.
Got that where we want it. We are doing a 500 plus mile flight.
Envoy 3804.
Let's go ahead and put this at about 900.
Ray at Ray, call tower 120.75.
What's the greater Ray tower there, American 2398, thank you.
I forgot to bring up my
Tower approach,
service
Envoy 3438,
trucks. Let's go ahead and do that. Why
level
not?
Thank you, 250 knots.
Usually start stream with them already attached.
10 center.
10 center, Envoy 3438.
Envoy 3804, cross Sharon at 5000, cleared Alice 10 center approach.
Sharon 5, cleared ILS, 10 center, Envoy 3804.
Envoy 3438, 5 present heading, vector city approach.
Present heading, vector city approach, Envoy 3438. You guys still running PRM?
Up to straight ILS.
Cool. Approach Alexei 8139 heavy, descending 9,000 feet, speed 260.
Charlie 8139 heavy, Chicago approach, ILS 10 center.
ILS 10 center, Alexei 8139.
There's a fuel truck.
Charlie 8139
No, wait,
heavy,
that's a catering truck.
7,000, Alexei 8139 heavy.
Envoy 3804, descend 170, hold at the Ray, at Ray, call tower 120.75.
170 till Ray, tower there, Envoy 3804.
American 2398, you can call tower now, 120.75.
American 2398, switching, thank you.
Charlie 8139 heavy, fly heading 260.
Heading 260, Alexei 139 heavy.
Unfortunately, the jet bridge is broken, so you have to bust out the stairs today.
American 2443, reduce to 210.
210 knots, American 2443.
Envoy 3438, descend and maintain 8000, caution my turbines, 15 arrival, Boeing 777.
8,000, caution wake, Envoy 3438.
Charlie 8139 heavy, descend and maintain 5000.
Then maintain 5,000, Alexei 8139 heavy.
2443, heading 360, if I didn't give you that base leg yet.
Heading north, American 2443.
Alright, service is underway. Although, what happened to my fuel truck? Oh, that's the last to come, actually. Those stairs are a pain, really? Interesting. So what's the challenge with them? Is it that, like, just trying to get them to, like, pull out, or set them up, or they break down frequently, or... Show X-Men in Vulcan or some perform. Yeah, that would be really cool. It would be kind of neat to see, like,
Boy 3438, descend and maintain 7000, fly heading 030.
what Vulcan would bring.
030 heading Envoy 3438.
Charlie 8139 heavy, flying 270.
270, Alexei 8139 heavy.
American 2443, heading 060, intercept
Like,
the
even
10
if
center,
it-
localizer.
Even if it did things like,
10 center, American 2443.
maybe not necessarily give the more frame rate that we all want, but when certain things are added, like when it gets cloudy, it still maintains a good frame rate. You know, I don't know.
210, copy Tower 213 on heavy.
American 2443, cross Sharon at 5,000.
Stuff like that.
Center approach, 210
We're
knots.
flying into a very
Sharon at
busy
210 knots, American 2443,
city area.
the approach.
Still can hold that nice smooth performance. They break a lot, many small switches in there to make sure. Ah, okay. So if something like that breaks, what do they gotta do? Pull up another set of stairs, or do they just fix it on the fly? Or is there like a manual crank you could bust out?
Fighting 010.
010, envoy 3438.
Charlie 8139 heavy, turn left heading 180.
Left heading 180, Tower 213 on heavy.
Charlie 8139 heavy, descend and maintain 4,000.
Set maintain 4,000, Tower 8139 heavy.
Tower 3104, 5 level, sorry, 13,800 to 13,300 knots.
3104, Chicago approach, runway 10 center, Yankee stern.
10 center, we got Yankee.
Scotty Adair, what's going on, dude?
American 2443, 170 knots, over to Ray.
Doing good? Yeah, not a bad day.
Tower there, American 2443.
And we're gonna close out. Oops, what am I doing? We're gonna close out the day with a flight.
The 1 center localized, Tower 213.
Convoy 3438, descend
So that's not bad either.
5,000, 3438.
All right, hope you're doing well. Okay, yaw deeper. We got some galley. Tony, my brightness down is smudgy. Has a backup motor. Okay.
Good night, American 2443.
Yeah, the biggest bummer would be like if it broke halfway out.
040,
How much do they weigh? Nice, Scotty.
170 to right and Ray 120.75. Sorry, 8139.
And what series did they stop making them on the 737? I wonder. Or do they still exist today? Alright, so we got our exit lights. And window. Got some of that. And we'll go to 32. What's the elevation of O'Hare? Call it, let's put the highest elevation in 680. We don't have a route plan yet.
Chicago on board 3529, 8 down to 7 with Yankee expecting 10 center.
So you can still buy and juice them. Oh, no kidding, interesting. Yeah.
Expecting 10 center on board 3520.
Convoy 3438, cross Sharon at 5,000, clear to Island 10 center approach, 210 knots.
Sharon at 5,000, clear for
Alright.
10 center approach, 210
Coming on down here.
Chicago approach on board 4173, 12.34, 12,000 at Shane, 300 knots, information.
Convoy 4173, Chicago approach, 10 center.
Okay, so let's see, we have lights set the way we want them. Mr. Gertrude, how are you? Watching boating videos. Oh, good, man. Good luck with it. Yeah, man, thanks for stopping by.
4173, fighting 040, vectors final.
Is it your first boat? Altimeter. Altimeter is 2981, 3606.
Chicago approach American 1029, 14-7 on the Shane with Yankee.
American 1029, Chicago approach.
First boat, okay, okay, cool.
10 Center American 1029.
Feel free to post a link to the picture if you want to share it.
At Ray, call tower 120.75, good night.
170 to Ray, tower Ray.
Yeah, J-Snap's a boating man himself.
Envoy 3520, descend and maintain 5,000, east caution, similar call signs, going to call.
Although,
Down to 5,000.
I don't know if he has a boat right now. I think J-Snap is spending money on FlyJSim gear and kids. Maybe just the kid.
That was 3104, reduced to 250.
Oh, no boat, yeah. That's like a major money pit, right?
1029, fighting 040.
Okay, so it's supposed to put in. Maybe if the wife sells a company, yeah. We got to put in a route, but hey, what is the route? We don't know yet. So let's use a little bit of what Navigraph has to offer. And one of the things we'll do is we'll go here and we will pull up the charts list. And the winds are 360. So that being said, 3.5. I guess we could use it. 6,500 foot runway. I wonder how often they use that for. I don't know. This plane could definitely handle it. So should we go for it? I don't know. Let's see. So if we go back here and click on runway 35, and then it says only one departure available. Let's see the overview. That looks pretty boring. It's just like, yeah, it's going to take you to here. Now, out of curiosity, 350, we could do a runway 27 left or right. Let's check out here. Is there only one departure from this airport? Hold on, could be the case. Oh yeah, wow, look at that. They're pulling an O'Hare. They just give you one big vector departure. All right, so it's irrelevant. It does say here some basic instructions if you're going to take off out of the 27s. Runway, 3 initial climb. Unassigned heading exception for this. Okay. So. Do that, yeah. Wow. It's kind of a bummer.
060,
so.
Envoy 3520, envoy heading 360.
360 envoy 3520.
Well, let's do 3.5 because I think it'll take us like closer to the city, and it might be more interesting to look at. Because let's see. If we look here, no, here. Like, 3.5 will take us right over it, so it should be cool. All right. So it looks like we're going to do this departure, and then let's see what we can pick up from the nearest VOR. So two jet routes. I guess what we could do is we could continue north. And then this is technically so Q62 starts at Sarah. We could actually still navigate to that because we could pick up the 113 radial out of Ravine and then take J64. Although I don't know if I want to do that. The reason being, let's just see where Ravine is over on this chart.
American 1029, cross Sharon at 5,000, cleared ILS 10 center,
So,
approach 250 knots.
RAV.
Sharon at 5,000, clear for
Okay,
Dallas.
so our Ravine is here.
1029.
And let's see what another option is. I like the new Navigraph a lot. It's probably the most bug-free, nice to use piece of software for FlyJSim released so far this 2019. It should be an advertising angle.
Envoy 4117, Chicago approach, flighting 040, runway 10 center.
040 on board.
Alright. So I think what I'll do is I will
2520, descend at 5,000 and 250 knots.
Maintain 5,000,
I
250
can do
knots.
this. I like turns in my routing, so we're gonna take off
3104, 5210.
and pick up J230 out of Robbinsville. This is gonna be a weird route, but what else is new? Although technically we will not even be on jet routes at this point. Because this is, let's see, this is a 5-mile range here. So what do you say, about 15 miles? There's no way we'd be up above 18,000 feet within 15 miles. We could look at the low altitude for a moment.
Sharon 5,000, 250 knots for the Dallas 10 center, American 2520.
And Modena. And then let's just see after Modena what jet routes come out of it. None. It's kind of weird, right? Alright, so we're just gonna keep it relatively simple. And we'll take it to J230. So we'll officially file it for COPS. Alright, so if you want to do it like this way, let's see, I think I can, what do me do? I can't do that. No. Oh wait, never mind, I can click here. And then you add it to the route.
Alright, 170 to rate, tower ratio is 3142.
And then let's see where J30 actually goes to.
1029, reduce city 210.
Slow 210, American 1029.
Envoy 4173, 210 knots or greater.
210 or greater, Envoy 4173. American 2427.
There's not a lot. Okay.
American 2427, Chicago approach, flight present heading, and expect ILS 10 center.
It's going to be,
American 2427.
I wonder if I can click on this. Hold on. See, I wish they would let you add that to the route. Will it add J230 if I do this? After COPS. But if we go here, it's calling it direct. So what you do is just do
Boy 4117, reduce it to 250, descend to 5,000.
J230.
Speed 250, just
And then
American 2427, descend to 1000.
Send to 1000, American 2427.
J61 PSB. J60.
Envoy 9801, 1000, 350. Envoy 9801, Chicago, expect runway 10 center.
Okay. Okay, let's just take at least J60 to
Up regular ILS. Sterling's 856.
Okay, so it's
Contact
going to be...
approach on 124.35.
4173, 170 knots or greater to Ray. Call tower at Ray 12075.
127. Correction 12075 at Ray. And intercept knots to Ray on boy 4173.
American 1029, reduce speed 170.
Alright, let me just check something.
Call tower
We're going to take J61 to Bernie.
American 2520, reduce speed to 210.
210 knots, America 2520.
Envoy 9801.
Okay, will that work? What? What did I do wrong here? I think I added a space.
American 1051, Chicago, approaching at 10 center, fly present heading.
Queen, you fly it. I don't want to do that. Why are you giving me shit for?
American 2520, reduce speed to 200.
200 knots, America
Okay, so it
2520.
works. Okay, and then what we'll do is this. Let's see where the arrivals do their thing. Oops. Oh, okay.
Envoy 9801, Chicago, running 10 center, hello.
Alright, so I guess what we should do is plan it on OX17, whatever that is. What we need to do is see the shots list. Stars, show the rules again. And OX17, which one would they even be? Probably this. OXI7, I'm guessing, but let's see. Is that OXI7? Yeah, it is. And it is VOR Slant Whiskey Alpha friendly. I like that.
Low to 250, descend to 7,000, American 2427.
Envoy 9801, descend to 5,000.
5,000 or 9801.
2155.
That looks pretty cool too, this Watson 3. That's an RNAV. Okay. Janesville. It's probably somewhere coming from here. This is one of the really good, but that's Janesville right there. One of the really cool features. It's kind of weird at first, but when you can see, like, you know, like I'm trying to pick like what jet route. I kind of stopped back here, which is good. And you can move this stuff because I was going to stop here, take J60. I could actually take J64 to Le Pew, Pepe, and let's see if it'll file it, just to throw some more turns into it. Okay, so then we could do J64 main or J64 Le Pew to the VOR, which is not to scale, which would be drier. I think. Let's try it. So let's see if we can sort of type it in while we're in this mode. I don't know if it'll let me do that. Type route? Okay, that's cool. Can I move this? No, I can't. No. Oh, whoa, I can. Awesome. Alright, so we got J61 to Bernie. We got J64 to Le Pew.
250, then 11,000.
And then... Oh, it won't let me do it. Okay, let me hit OK. Move it over. And then...
7188, 10,250 knots.
518. J518 to DJB. Oops. DJB. Oops, hold on. Typo. DJB. Let's save. Alright, so that's all working. Simfly Brazil, what's up, man? So we'll X out of that. And we have our fun, funky route so far. Now we just have to actually put the arrival in. So the arrival we said was going to be the this. All right, took a guess for us. Excellent. All right, now let's see what the weather is. 10 center. So they're using the 10s. Doing good. Yeah, looking forward to a flight here. So they clear that approach for 10 center. Do 10 right, 10 left, 10 center. So yeah, we'll do those. And then let's see how the arrival. Let's pin the arrival. What was it called again? The Knox. The Knox arrival, I believe. Okay. Let's just read it. It's basically gonna, wow, it's gonna like take us out over the water and then vectors from pretty far out. Wow. I'm just gonna look at a few others just out of curiosity. This is another aspect I love of these. You can just sort of really see where they're all coming in from on the en route chart. See that? That's fucking awesome. That's an RNAV. This is kind of cool. It takes you close to the coast. It's RNAV. So we can't do those. We don't have a lot of choices. Looks like it's going to be... So, nope, can't do that one. So it's going to be Knox. Alright, Knox it is. I can't be bothered tonight? Oh man, I'm sorry. Do a flight over in Asia. Okay, so now we have our basic routing. Oh, but then we want to plan for the approach. So, 10 center is like that. And 10 left. It's going to look very similar. It does bring you in from a feeder route called Gibbons. That's an intersection. And then 10 right. Also does that. So, okay. So we come here, we could just make a vector and come across the coastline. It's going to be a lot of flying. Alright, so we're going to plan for 10 right. It does. It does have the SIVA. It's basically a RNAV, FMC type of. It's an inertial navigation system, I guess.
360-210, 4618. 1051 reduced speed to 210.
Oh, hold on, wait, I actually picked the approach. So I'm going to take 10 right.
170 to Ray, American 2427, Sky was 3273, center maintain 7000. Sky was 7000, Sky was 3273.
Oh, wait, there was 10 right. This is the Zulu. And this is the...
3581, call approach 12435.
So, we'll take the, we'll try and do all the step downs, that'll be kind of fun. Hopefully we'll get the localizer that far out.
5,000 Sharon at 5, crypty approach again.
Where's the VOR here?
Flying 360.
360, Tower 3273.
Giant 7188 heavy cross Sharon at 5,000, sir, ILS 10 center approach 210 speed.
10 at speed, Sharon at 5,000, with ILS 10 center approach, Giant 7188.
Well, the VOR is closer on the side of the 9s.
American 751, Long Dog, Yankee.
That's alright.
American 751, Chicago St. for Yankee, expect ILS 10 center.
10 center, American 71. 254, 11,000, Yankee.
Chicago 3273, I give you heading 360, correct?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. American 751, expect ILS 10 center.
10 center, American
Okay.
751.
Yeah, the 254 heavy, expect ILS 10 center.
254 heavy, right.
Giant 7188 heavy, reduce speed to 190.
On 1909,
Alright, so now we have something resembling a route.
Flying 340 to center, maintain 6,000.
340, 6,000, 4618.
And now what I can do is take this
210 on the speed, Tower 3273.
and do this.
Speed to 190.
Go to 190, 21.
Copy it.
American 1051, maintain 170 until Ray, tower at Ray
And
130.75.
we can put it in here.
170 to Ray, switch tower at Ray, American 1051, good day.
American
Hit
751,
enter.
center, maintain 7,000.
7,000.
And there's a route.
751.
Okay. And then we can refresh it on this page. It should pop up. Yep. And switch back to VFR.
reduce speed to 190.
190, 4618.
Alright. This is what we're doing.
273, 210 speed, then 6,000.
210 on speed, then 6,000, Tower
Go.
3273.
Here we go. Now that we have that, let's just go back to our departure.
751,
Outside of this.
flying of 040.
040, American
And
751.
the departure itself is actually not going to help us very
Giant
much.
7188 heavy,
We're gonna
reduce
just
speed
take out
170 to Ray, tower at Ray
350.
120.75, take care.
Okay, 170 to Ray, tower 120.75 there.
So what I need is Robbinsville,
Reduce speed to 210.
13.8, and then I'm going to need
360.
Right, 360, 4618.
Count 5995, turn left heading 360.
technically
360, 5995.
13.8 and
17.9.
17.9.
5,000, 4618. You got your front carrying
Okay.
11,300, not Yankee.
0708, alternators 2991.
Okay, we'll do that.
Policy 4618, right heading 060, and it's localizer.
060, and sub localizer 4618.
Count 5995, 210 speed, then 6,000.
Okay, 17.9.
6,000, 5995.
And then
16, you're 5 from Sharon, Sharon at 5,000, you're clear ILS approach to runway 10 center, maintain present speed.
190, cleared ILS 10 center, 4618.
all the way up to Phillipsburg, 15.5.
55, reduce speed to 170.
170
I think. Actually, no.
Reduce speed to 170.
170, 4618.
Count 3273, reduce speed to 190.
Going on 190, Tower
Wait a
3273.
minute. Confuse myself. Okay. Yeah, I do need Phillipsburg. So we're going to... Nav 1's going to be set initially for this VOR.
Ray, tower at Ray is 20.75.
We're going to cruise on the 274 out of Copes
55 or 8.
all the way to Larry. And then we're going to pick up
Going down to 5,000, Tower
the 3-4 out of here. And then after that we'll need Phillipsburg on 15.5. So let's go ahead and put that in there.
056 Heavy, Chicago
Okay.
approach, expect ILS 10 center, Zulu is new. Cap 3273, plotting 020.
020, Tower 3273.
And then
at 11,000 with
let's go back to our...
Chicago low to center, maintain 8,000, expect ILS 10
Try, so we got the nav set.
center.
We don't need comms.
Copy, I'll descend 8,000, United,
We're going to come on up here.
751, plotting 010.
And
010, American 751.
we're going to put this here. Alright, and put that
Endeavor
right there.
5066, Conic approach on 12435.
Make it a little smaller.
Cap 3273, turn rank 070, and accept the
Hey,
localizer.
3 Green Gaming, man. How's it going?
Accept the localizer, Tower 3273.
How you been, alright?
Cap 5995, to center, maintain 5,000.
5,000,
Okay,
5995.
anxious size. So,
751 to center, maintain 5,000.
so we said 274 here.
254 heavy to center, maintain 6,000. Cap 3273, cross Sharon at 5,000, sir, ILS 10 center, approach 190 speed.
Cross turn at 5,000 and clear for
340.
American 751, reduce speed to 210.
210 knots, American 751.
340. So we got the 2 courses set. Okay. I'll give you guys some view of where we are.
95, flying 020.
About to get back. FlyJSim. Oh, cool. Nice, man. What pulled you away? Doing other things?
51, 210 on the speed now, then continue to descent to 5.
210 speed now, then continue to descent to 5, American 752.
Got 5995, flying 040.
Oh, that's cool. Can just bring up that area. So let's just technically put that in there too, and we'll do that.
Got 3273, reduce speed to 170.
170 on the speed, that was 3273.
Trying to get Smart Copilot to work with Charles, but couldn't get it to connect either.
210, 390.
Oh, alright, cool. You see what's coming soon? It's shared flight, eventually. JSnap and FlyJSim. Looks pretty cool.
190 for now.
190.
Got 3273, 170 to Ray, tower at Ray.
Yeah, for now that's all they're gonna have.
170 to Ray, and at Ray, going to tower 20.75, that was 3273.
Got 5995, you can slow down to 170, approach clearance shortly.
170.
Alright, so we're gonna
United 254 heavy, left heading 160.
get it over here.
Either 056 heavy, reduce
Zoom
speed
in.
to 210.
210, you saw 05.
Got 5995, Sharon at 5, clear ILS 10
Okay.
center, approach 172 to Ray.
Sharon at 5,
Trying to get,
center,
yeah.
170 right, got 295.
United 390, turn left heading 360.
There's the challenge
United 254 heavy, left heading 110, intercept the
with
local.
Smart Copilot. Seems
110, 5,000, United 264.
alright. So I guess the only thing I need to determine now is which way I want to push back.
190 knots, American 751.
So we're going to take off 3.5 and we're going to push back tail to the right, where we can come out of.
070, intercept 10 center, American 751.
I guess we'll go down. I guess we'll go out of Echo 5
United 390, descend and
and
maintain
then go down Echo
Down 6,000, yeah, 390.
to 3.5.
American 751, Sharon at 5,000, clear ILS 10 center, approach 190 speed.
190 speed, cleared ILS 10 center, American 751.
United 254 heavy, cross Sharon at 5,000.
Alright, so where are we here, Grandpa?
Carry back for the 10 center approach, 210 knots, United 250.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Tower approach, American 1304, 11,000 Zulu.
American 751, reduce speed to 170.
170 knots now, American 751.
American 1304, Chicago, thanks for Zulu, expect ILS 10 center, caution right here, respond, heading 777.
Okay.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Even a Terminator will use that. Ah, that's funny.
056 heavy, turn 10 degrees right.
10 degrees right, you got 056.
American 751, did I give you the tower position?
Negative.
American 751 is 170 to Ray, tower at Ray 120.75, we'll see ya.
2075 at Ray and 170 at Ray, American 751.
056 heavy, descend and maintain 6,000.
Alright.
American 1304, descend and maintain 7,000.
Now 7,000, American 1304.
And there's our
Okay,
field truck.
all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
We'd love to do the FlyJSim plans. Oh, yeah. It worked, JSnap and I, that was the airplane I experimented with him. It worked. Although, actually, at one point, remember JSnap, that time we were flying sideways? That was hysterical. There's a video of that somewhere.
Either 056 heavy, turn left heading 120 and assist the localizer.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
390 flying 390 heading 010.
Heading 010, yeah, 390.
Either 056 heavy, reduce speed to 170, then descend and maintain 5,000. 2170, then 5 pound and 05. United 390, make the heading 020. United 777, you're following that you're 1 and 2 o'clock, 5 miles, 5,000 feet, pulling away from you.
United 390, copy heading 020.
United 390, reduce speed to 170.
Go to 170, United 390.
United 390, turning 060, and it's a localizer.
Heading is 060, intercept 10 center, localizer, United 390.
United 254, heavy, reduce speed.
Starting pushback.
Oh no, no, don't start pushback. Not yet, Britt, come on. Oh, she aborted it. We still have our ladder up.
7,000, max 1304.
I just hit the brake.
It is 390, the company's 777, you're following 1 o'clock, over 6 miles, 44.
That could have been a problem.
Insight, United 390.
And 390, cross sharing at 5,000, follow the traffic, your third visual approach to 10 center, 170 speed array.
Hey, yeah, except I had a problem, it is.
10 center, 170 array, United 390.
But I couldn't get the grass to show up. Other people have gotten it to install okay, so I feel like I have the libraries. I did post my log and all that stuff in the forum. Hopefully we'll get an answer. Not in the forum, well, below in the comments section. Yeah, go 2 minutes in. It's hysterical.
Going range 2075 there. Good night, United Speed Bird.
Good night. United 390, 170 to Ray, tower Ray 120.75. Good night.
United 390, copy all.
Even 056 heavy.
Okay. Let's hope our sudden brake application doesn't cause any issues. Oh, we're taxiing back with the door still open. I hope that's okay.
1304, 210 speed, then just gonna maintain 5 down.
210 speed, then down to 5, max 1304.
Either 056 heavy, reduce speed 170 to Ray. 170
Yeah, I think the auto gate's supposed to work, and I think it's just something I did with the install. I'm not sure. It just said that, you know, there's some problem with the scenery. It didn't load correctly, and it might not appear correct, but I couldn't find the specifics, so. Do you download the one? I did. I tried the. Yeah, I downloaded one with the grass, but the grass wouldn't show up for me. Did you try it yet?
360.
So I must. I did update one of my libraries, my Open Scenery X, and then I didn't try updating the others though. We should have had this on. Takeoff and fuel pumps on.
Perch, good evening, Lindbergh 4505.
Yeah, I was about to start my APU again, which obviously didn't be done.
Lindbergh 4505, Chicago load, it's going to maintain 7,000, expect ILS 10 center. 7,000, ILS 10 center, Lindbergh 4505.
So it does look nice though. I flew into Steve PHL versions last night, and then I downloaded this one today. And his also looks really nice. I think it's like built off of the one that he did, and he had built one off. I don't know. There's a lot of similarities. Ernie the cat, what's up, man?
190, American 1304.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Okay, I got the parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Tugging, towing, disconnecting. We're almost good to go. Ashman, how's it going? Going good, nice.
At 070, intercept the 10 center localizer, American 1304.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you. What's this master caution?
170 Ray, clear the visual to 10 center, American 1304.
Alright, so after start check. Check. Pitot static. Packages. Lead. This.
Got 5121,
This.
Chicago approach, expect
Yeah.
10.
Bruins. What's going on, man? Thanks for following.
762, just under 10, 10,000.
Okay. Those cautions are gone.
American 1304, 170 knots, still Ray, tower there, 120.752.
Let's now get our flaps
170 Ray,
down.
tower there, American 1304.
November 4505, just under
Ground
5,000.
speed available.
5,000, number 4505.
Alright, what altitude? Is there a top altitude on this departure? I don't know. Cool. Okay, top altitude is 5,000. It's just a vector departure, so we're going to vector ourselves. Hopefully it will look nice as when we fly out, and we will fly out over the city. Or, you know, nearby it. And we're basically going to pick up Robbinsville J230, which you already have set up. Hopefully once we get airborne, it should come into reception. It's 41 miles. Potentially there. Actually, I'm just curious what the basic heading is. 350. Perfect. So runway heading to Copes, basically. I love them, Ernie. Yeah, they're great. We'll take off here, fly this way, fly over some nice terrain, and then continue on to Chicago. We were flying from Philly to Orlando. Oh, that's cool. I flew yesterday from, no, 2 days ago.
4,000,
From Saginaw, Michigan, excuse me, to Orlando, but the sim crashed just before. RC Flyer, what's up, man? Alright, so let's go back over here. We'll put in the 5,000. We'll probably forget, and the airplane will level off. Okay. Did we put our flaps on? I think we did, yeah. Yeah, actually, right.
American 1505, turn right, heading 040. 040, 695. Denver 4505, flighting 070, intercept the localizer, and report the builder tag. 070, intercept the localizer, and capture the other flight number 4505.
I think he did a PBR on the latest version, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it was here in the previous version, I'm not sure. How long is it going to take? Hey, it's Mobile. We're going to take off in another 5 minutes. We're going to start rolling right now. And then, it'll take, it's 500-mile flight, so just over an hour. But the scenery is going to be nice, so. In that aspect, it should be enjoyable. Okay, so we're going to basically get to the edge of the ramp and make a left. And we're going to make a right on E5, Echo 5, and make a right on Echo. All the way to the runway. So a left, a right, and a right. Let's put ourselves right here. So we can enjoy the goodness of the F-mod sounds. O'Hare.
You're a greater to Ray, tower at Ray, number 4505.
It's Mobin, thanks for following. Yeah, it's a real nice one, isn't it?
American 1505, airport Dr. Rice, about 15 miles, you're calling traffic, 1 o'clock, 5 miles, 4,000 inbound.
We got the airport, American 1505.
Yeah, man. Delta widget, love it.
Roger, turn right, heading 060, third visual approach from A10 center.
Third visual 10 center, American 1505.
Clear 762, just going to maintain 5,000.
5,000,
Envoy 3858, reduced to 210.
Float at 210, Envoy 3858.
Alright, so we said that the turn is at Echo 5, which is right over here.
Contact Solar Tower at Ray 120.75 today.
Today, American 1505.
Envoy 3858, turn left heading 360.
Left to 360,
And we're going to make this continue a turn basically onto Echo here.
Frequency 119.0. Thank you, Envoy 3858, just about 7,000. Skyward 5121, direct 070.
Try not to, man. I know that external taxiing can be risky.
Envoy 47, maintain 4,000.
Let's see if we move the tower view. I don't think we did. Should be over there. Request that. Trunking. Well, yeah, it depends on if they twitch at night. Twitch at night. Well, I guess twitch at night, but yeah. Twitch at night. Technically, we should be putting on our lights as we're crossing these runways.
13858, descend making 6,000. 762 heading 360.
Heading 360, 760.
Heading 640, tower Zeta, 12815. Full 7599, descend making 7,000.
Yeah, totally. Although he's not going.
7947 approach, expect runway 107.
Yeah, it's cool, right? And we're gonna. I hope we're gonna fly pretty close to it.
Descend making 4,000.
Let's see. 7350. And the city is where? Further that way. Oh, we see it as we're climbing. Actually, here, let me just go back. And then watch, I'll zoom in and you'll see, like, the... Because of my LOD, it's a little toned down. So it'll draw in. Yeah, look at all that detail in there. Oops. Pretty nice, right? Got some bridges in there. So yeah, it's free download. I'm assuming you did some modifications here. Looks good, right? Do I fly Southwest? I never really load in the Southwest livery. Okay, so again, we're going to take off fly runway heading. Hopefully we'll see this CDI come alive relatively quickly. And, negative. No, I'm using, no, this is just standard X-plane. The only thing that is modified is the weather. It's an older version of X-Enviro. So that changes like the sky and. Well, I'm using Xenviro 106 with Eddie's Sky Pack, which is 3 files that swap out some sky colors, tweak them a little bit. And I'm looking forward to that getting more friendly on the machine there, Ashman, for sure. Okay, so here we go. So we have our flaps are set.
Tower raised for 767.
Alright guys, ready? I'm pretty sure that I hit the trim before, but let's just double check one more time. Oh, that's a good thing we checked. Okay, here we go.
7599, that's gonna make you 4,000.
Okay, power set. Speed's alive at 80 knots. Okay, V1 and rotate. The rate gear's coming up. There's a city out there. Okay, let's go to 92%. We're above 3, let's get it to 250. And we've been cleared, I don't know, what's our cruise, 31? Oops, getting a little slow. A little late on that, there's a city back there. NSS, how's it going, if I said that right? I hope. Welcome. Yeah, this airplane doesn't have a rejected takeoff option. 300 did, but I guess this one doesn't. Oh, why am I slowing down so much? Let's put that up. And around there, we're just going to go here. The CDI is alive, so we're going to make a left turn, and we're going to do a nice little flyby. We're up on 10,000, let's start accelerating. In that turn. Oh, heading select. We overshot a little bit, so we'll turn to the left and we'll enjoy another flyby. Kind of elevate ourselves a little bit. Alright, Simfly Brazil, have a great one, man. Now we never killed the I'm gonna rewind time just a touch, get the ortho a little brighter. There's Philly back there. See basically this road coming out of the city. All the way that way. We lost our live ATC. Either that or it's quiet, dead. Have a quick look at it. It's still playing. They're very quiet right now, or I don't know. Alright, we are approaching 18,000. Go ahead. Kill our lights. Alright, so we're going to take this. Oops. Let's have a look. So basically, we're in the boundaries of this departure procedure coverage, but we are essentially on J230. And we'll take it all the way to Larry. And then we should have Westminster 17.9 dialed in. Let's see. The 17.9. And the CDI is showing a deflection. There's some really nice, colorful looking ortho up here. So you can see how it was during the summer, I guess. All the green. Different stripes on the different areas of farmland, I guess. Whatever it was being used for. And then, I'm assuming this is fall. And the colors, of course, the trees are different, as well as the land itself. It's pretty neat. See how it looks totally different. Looks like the time of day it was shot too is a little different because shadows in the trees here are pretty short, and these are pretty long shadows comparatively. There's a big mine here. Another mine. Another mine. Wow. They're just jigging the place up. Actually, what's kind of cool about this time of year is you can really see the contrast of all the buildings. They're sticking out big time. Manti-Sisk. Am I saying that right? Yeah, you can definitely learn it. The cool thing today is that there are tons of YouTube videos of people doing this kind of stuff in simulators, so you can really start to learn and take up the hobby, you know? And the amazing thing is, I mean, nothing ever will replace the actual feeling of flight and getting out there and doing it, but you can do a lot of cool things from your house and see some really cool stuff through imagery that is basically very close to spot on. You know. And then, you know, if you develop good habits, it transfers into, you know, if you choose to go and do real flight training. So it's pretty cool. And you can take it to whatever level you like. You could, you know, do airliners and IFR flying. You could do bounce around in a small airplane, do VFR flying, do whatever kind of flying you want. So, oh yeah, well, you know what? Let's see, that's the thing. Every time you feel intimidated, just, you know, keep playing around with it. I mean, no one's going to judge you. You make mistakes. That's really cool looking. This river. Another mine over there. So this river we're crossing, we can identify it. We're basically out here by Sammy. And if we wanted to look at it, let's see, Sammy's over here on this chart. This is not going to tell us much except for on the airways we are. But if we go over here, somewhere in this area, I have a feeling we're crossing this big fat river called the I usually can say this, Susquehanna River. So we're seeing the Susquehanna River. Let's try that again. And you can see here like all the little islands in the middle. Little islands in the middle here. The yellow is like congested town and city areas. So that's why you're seeing like, you know, along the river, a lot of population. So what we could do is cheat it a little bit. Let it run Kavik for a few minutes. Alright. And then yeah, you can see basically like the little cities that have developed along the river. Some kind of power plant. Obviously using the water to cool things probably. Then this airport right on the river. Okay. Another power plant. And that airport would be this one, Harrisburg International. 3 Mile Island. Is it on the north or the south? I wonder if this is it right here. It's got those characteristic shaped stacks. God, remember that? I was a kid when that was happening. I just remember everybody was freaking. So we're tracking pretty well. This is still not come active yet. Almost at cruise. Just joined. Wind's top percent. Piper, Alex, how's it going? I would say, I don't know, 400 miles from now, about an hour. I'm guessing. Okay, let's level up. Pull the power to about 82% for now. Let's see if we lead off low speed. So, going back here, and looking here. So it's the 161 radio. Well, we got 340 dialed in out of Westminster. Can't zoom in anymore. And then once we make the turn, about, let's see, 97, so 43.5 miles from Westminster. We'll switch over to Phillipsburg. And then we don't go to Phillipsburg, we turn at Bernie out of the ravine VOR. Manti-Sisk. Wait, I keep saying it wrong. Manti-Sisk. Thank you very much for following. Mantis-esque, or gotcha. It's pretty cool looking, right? Oh, we're about to pop out from those clouds. So it's like Mantis Esquire. Gotcha. Cool. Well, thank you very much for following. It's pretty densely populated little town there. Let's see if we can identify it. So we're basically like coming up in this area. And it is too early. It might be Biglerville, or maybe even this over here. Let's see. There's a little airport nearby. So, might have even been this, Gettysburg. Well, let's see, are we blowing past our course yet? Yeah, there it is. We're going to overshoot. So it's Gettysburg is my guess. Let's put this on 340. Okay, and then this is going to 17.9. And this will go 15.5. Let's do another little Kavik to enjoy the scenery a little better. So look at all these trees. I've altered my usual wing views. Went back a few rows. I think it kind of makes the wing look a little longer from this perspective. It's pretty neat. You can still see the flaps in motion, and also the landing replays are neat because you can see the reversers working better. It's a pretty big town over here. So this has got to be Boiling Springs or Carlisle. Oh, this is Boiling Springs right here. That's Carlisle. It's obvious enough that it's a VFR checkpoint for air traffic control. See that magenta flag. Probably some controller somewhere. It says, report over Carlisle. And then you got these amazing rolling hills, which I always love flying over. A little off course here. Okay, so we are almost at the halfway between the two. What we need over here, so we're going up this way now. We're starting to see these hills. Okay. And our turn is going to be before Phillipsburg. It's going to be on J64 288. So it's 14.6 has got to go in on standby. Alright, and then this will be 15.5. We can make the switch now. So that's going to go here. This is going to go here. And it's still, this is going to be 341. And then this has to be 288. Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they made it easier than ever to use the tool. And like Ernie said, it's free, which is even more amazing. It's amazing when you see like how these mountains have formed, but then when you see them do like a weird this, I mean, how's that possible? It's this weird sort of snaking around type of, you know. It's pretty cool, right? Like this little city just existing by the river, and probably just, you know, people live here and they come out in their backyards, see these big cool hills by them. Let's see how our course is. Why am I so far that way? Because I didn't correct. Because I'm looking out the window, enjoying it. Alright, so the next turn should be coming. Let's see when that's going to happen. So 18 miles from Phillipsburg, this 288 will come centered. And I should probably put in Elwood City. Okay. I don't know if I'm using... Is Elwood City a part of it, though? See how, like... I could test that right now. I could type in J64 EWC space J64 and then hit enter. I took it, so that means it's a part of it. Alright, so we should be going in on the 102.15.8. Oh, okay, it's coming center. Alright, so let's go to 288. Just to 288. We'll tune the other stuff in a minute. We just gotta enjoy this turn. Old Fly Guy, hey, how's it going? Leave your old fork boy stuff and we'll start to make your own. Oh, cool. Jay Kramer, what's going on, man? Just started to do the same thing. New motherboard popped out, replacement. Oh, good for you, man. Well, welcome to the addiction of ortho. All right, hey Manti, thanks for coming in and following and asking some questions, and check in some other time soon, man. We'll see you around. And yeah, and God bless on the newborn. So best wishes. Oh, we got to turn to the right a little bit. Turned a little bit early. Oh no, wait, hold on. We might not have switched. Never mind. We're probably on the right track. If anything, look, we overshot. Okay. Alright, let's see what's going on. Let's get ourselves back on track here. So, what we didn't do right was we never put in 14.6. So let's just get that in there. Okay, so let's set that. Come over here. I'll get back on. Okay, we'll leave it right about there. So now what we're doing is we are going outbound from the Ravine VOR. It's a 166-mile segment to Elwood City. So let's put in 15.8 in the in the active of map 2. 15.8 there. And then those long finger like hills. Yeah, I'll show you where they are on the chart. It's really cool. And then so we got 102, so it'll be 282. So let's put 282 here. Okay, so we're almost centered here, and it should be relatively centered here. Yeah, we're good. So once these match up, we're switching over. Okay. Yeah, so here's some more hills. I'll hit the gap button again, even though it's not, the clouds aren't too bad, just so you can see like the nature of this terrain. So this area is awesome to fly over. If you're deciding like, hey, where do I want to build ortho? Just build, to experience these really cool hills, start as far north as north of Philadelphia. Whoops. Alright, so like in this area, I think this is parts of New York and Pennsylvania. And then just ride it all the way down. Well, even though you can't see it here, this is all the same thing, rolling hills. Build it all the way down through here, more rolling hills. And then go south of the Smoky Mountains and Blue Ridge Mountains. And it's just fantastic. Yeah, and you know, you look at the sectional chart and the topography, you're like, yeah, okay, they don't look like big mountains, but, you know, you look out the window and you're like, holy cow, look at that. And what's really neat too, I've done a bunch of times, you jump in a single or twin engine small plane and take off out of an airport and fly like maybe 2,000 feet above these mountains, and you just see, it's just a totally different vantage point. It's really cool. Yeah, I think it starts like the Adirondacks, and then goes down south through the Appalachians, and it's a pretty significant city there. Okay, we're probably getting off course a little bit, but let's just go ahead and have a look at what that city might be. If I were to guess, we might be seeing, we might be past this already. It might be past Altoona. We might be just seeing this. Maybe, I don't know, let's see. Oh, this is pretty decent. So there's power lines between the two towns. Let's see. Yeah, look at power lines between the two towns. So that might be this. Anyway, let's see if we are. Oh, we lost our VOR, so we'll switch to the other one. So we gotta go to 15.8. I'll just put it here. Okay. And it's gonna be the 282. We're going to turn a little bit to the right to get back on course. And then we should see some river coming up. The Allegheny River in Pittsburgh. So we should see some rivers up at Ohio River. So Pittsburgh's going to be like out where it's not in view just yet. Okay, and then so do high quality terrains, do I use something that adds extra object top terrain? What would that be? So auto-gen, so you do, okay. Yeah, no, that's okay. Wait. So do you, I'm sure you're asking have, or do I use? So, okay. So do I use high? So out here, what you're seeing is really just standard auto gen right now. So all of the buildings that you saw, unless the airport designer that I was at an airport did something different. Oh, when you see me flying on the West Coast, I'm using a little bit more of a densely populated thing called US West Real Life, which is a free download. I wish he would do a US East Real Life to kind of match it up. But yeah, you're just seeing standard X-plane auto gen. That's all good. Schledley or Schleddy or Shieldly. How's it going? So, do you ever have a severe bumpy flight on here? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you definitely get some really good turbulence. Absolutely. Here. How's it going? Here. I'm just messing up everybody's names, but sorry, buddy. I found my Torpedo 97 channel. So, okay. Over the panels for my streaming. Oh, man, well, that's cool, but I'm good. I feel like I got like a series of text whispers once along the same lines. I have like low production value. So let's see what we got to set up next, because we're a little bit behind on the navigation. We're basically on this longer leg to Elwood City. Yeah, exactly. Outbound is going to continue being the same, and then after Elwood City we're going to pick up Dryer on 13.6. So let's do 13.6. 13.6. Yeah, Bob Smith, I think you're right. I had something very similar, like, whispered to me, like, it's so weird, right? It's like a telemarketer, those fake voices, those recordings now that call you. They're like, oh, hi, I had a problem with this headset, sorry. I'm just ready to tell you that there's a great deal on blah, 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 blah. Yeah, definitely not. Richard Train, what's going on, man? You get her all the time. Exactly. Oh, man, my ear hurts. Oops. Yeah, I know. I've been doing a lot of blocking on my cell phone lately. I get a lot of IRS and a lot of credit card stuff. I'm calling to tell you that your credit, blah, blah, blah. Oh, God, man. Just one after another. This river's pretty cool looking. Just answer it and screw it. Well, you know what's a bummer? Oh my glob. That's a funny name. Is that now they're recordings? Because I've done that. I mean, I love just keeping like the, you get like the overseas, like Middle Eastern sounding, Microsoft support calls. And I won't even be in front of a computer. I'm like, all right, yeah, what should I click? I'll just waste his time for like 5 minutes, and then he starts yelling at me. And now there's like a lot of YouTube channels that they show people doing stuff like. It's kind of funny when you watch them, but. They're just looking for some poor old lady like my mom that doesn't know any better. Alright, so I think Pittsburgh is out here. See how the rivers are coming together? 3 rivers, I guess, right? Because we're getting close to Elwood City, and Pittsburgh is over here. Pittsburgh International. And let's see how close we are to 30 miles from Elwood City VOR. Scenery answer negative. I'm just using the only thing that's altering any kind of light is XEnviro 106 with the Eddy Sky Pack. So, but the rest of what you're seeing here is just photo scenery and whatever the colors were. Time to take photographs. So that's Pittsburgh, but we're not close enough for the city to draw in, I guess. So it's looking a little flat. Same thing funny is what I got. Funny thing is, I got what I thought was a spoof number, and one day turns out it was an old family friend. I'm assuming. I almost answered the phone. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly, Ernie. I'm a tax evasion. So I guess it's like the Ohio River going. Ohio River is really a lot of cool stuff to see as you fly along it and go down south. Some kind of scenery issue. So 20 miles away, and then after we cross Elwood City, we're just going to keep going straight. 282. Let's see if we can find what happened with our live ATC. That's kind of weird, right? What's this about? I've blocked autoplay? Oh, that's why it doesn't do it. Let's see what happens if we stop it. Put up tower. Let's give it a minute.
Number 4534, contact Chicago departure 125.0, good night. Departure number 4534, good night.
So to show you also where we are in here, we should be able to hit the track. We drifted a little bit.
One more arrival, it's about a 5-mile file now. United States Charlie, Charlie Cross, runway 10 left, right now. Kilo ground, 1 Charlie Cross, 10 left, right. 30 tower, wind 0709, runway 10 center, clear to land. Base is reported at 200, and then Eagle just reported that they saw the lights about 1200.
Let's do a flyby. I haven't done a flyby in a while.
Coming through here at this fog. So runway 10 center, clear to land, wind 0709, approximately 770 departure parallel.
Our America 30. You're 1419, turn left heading with 320, and you're down around your first takeoff. American 2804, tower, heading down right, line up way with 0709.
Top weight 9 right, American 2804.
Loving. Yeah, Navigraph is really nice.
2.7.
5.0 Lufthansa for Charlie, good day.
What's the gauge?
Ripping through the sky.
1812, Alpha 9, then a right turn on Bravo. 199, Alpha 9 to the
Yeah,
south,
it is a
43
nice one,
today.
isn't it? Let's watch it from the
Bravo
other side.
20. It appears open. Let's use Alpha 9, then a left turn Alpha of Golf. Give the ramp a call just to double check because I can't see with the fog. On my 10 left, then turn right on Kilo and contact ground point 9.
55 Tower, Indiana right, line up way 10708.
Right, line up away. Frontier 14.
So you guys going to be watching any of the hopeful streams from FlyJSim Con on Saturday? Saturday's the day. That'll be like the busy day of all the talks, I think, right?
2000 flighting 100, 100, runway 10 left, Delta Delta, Clipper,
It didn't work. Hold on.
100 to take off, 10 left, 9 to 2000.
Skyway 878 Papa, runway 10 left to Delta Delta, line up and away from window 0608, you go right out.
100 left, Delta Delta, line wait.
That looks cool.
Kilo, Alpha 9, then a right turn Bravo, what's the gauge today?
I'd love to have one in the old PSA colors. Was there PSA? You know, it's the FlyJSim 727 has PSA colors. They're a little off. Alright, so let's set up the nav2 for the next turn. So it's going to be 13.6 on the 127 radio. So let's see, 13.6. My 307 on course. 13.6.
$25 now, full on mark 2084. 250, good day.
United 2000, have a good night.
United 1937 flighting 1
Oh, you asked about the PSA colors? I was saying, Kramer, the PSA colors is on the FlyJSim 727. I think he has a PSA livery. You could probably find one for this airplane on the org. Maybe somebody made one. Oh, there's someone in the background working from home.
Alright, 020, we're expecting another turn with the Frontier 1465.
Departure 1250, have a good day.
I'm sorry, Bob Smith. I might have missed the context of your statement. Pretty decent sized city here, here, and here. And let's see, it's not active, just, yeah.
160 headed, United 1937.
Let's get back on course. Let's see what those sounds are. So we're now waiting to pick up this radio here. If we wanted to, we could go here and see. See, yeah, it's a lot of development here. Look at all these scattered cities, basically.
360, Tower 3120.
We got Salem, Columbiana, Salem, Severing, Alliance, leading up to our turn. So all these, I don't know why I'm getting terrible frame rate out here. Anyways, it's kind of cool to see this stuff. Work from home. Oh, okay, cool. Ah, good. Yeah, so yeah, you can watch a lot. Nice. I do the same thing at my job. I'll work on my laptop and I'll have a stream open on my work computer. Should probably do it the other way around, but it's a pretty big city over there. So that's Canton. Canton Regional. Can I just jump off the autopilot? Hope not. Nope. Okay. Almost top of climb? Oh, okay, cool. Where are you flying to? Ooh, you guys are getting like really jaggedy framed on your end, sorry. It's not as bad over here. Just OBS is causing some judders. How are my IFR skills? Pretty good. I was practicing shooting approaches down to minimums not too long ago. Confident in my holding skills. My VOR navigation is no problem. I think we've got a turn coming up if we're not blowing past it already, but let's have a look at this city. You can see some of the buildings drawing in when you zoom in. See how they're kind of sprouting up. Now if I increase my level of detail, then it would draw in even further out, so you wouldn't see it happening like this. Laminar should troll us. Like, it looks almost like it's spelling some letters. Like, they should troll us and have certain buildings drawing in patterns that could spell weird messages to you. Like, buy more X-Plane products or something. My yawning skills, dude. I'm a master of yawning. Oh, look, we just blew past our course. So let's go ahead and turn to, let's see, we are 40 miles from that VOR, so we'll do a 30-degree intercept. Ooh, look at that view. Oh, DME arcs? Oh, okay. I'm trying to think if I have a YouTube video where I did a DME arc. I mean, I'm comfortable with DME arcs, but I hear ya. Alright, so let's set up for what's next. So now we are making this turn. And we're going to head over to Dryer 13.6. Okay, so that's this. And that's marking the beginning of the arrival. So basically, you can see we're coming back on the course, and then the arrival is here. So what's awesome on our Navigraph charts is we can just click on the overlay, and it will put it there for us. And while we are probably getting back on course right now, let's put this on 307. Okay, and then we gotta put this on 13.6. And then we're going to do is the outbound course from dry. So dryer's over here, but this box is not to scale. But outbound is going to be 270. So we'll put 270 on here. Turn to the left a little bit more. So 270. Come on. And then the next VOR after that is going to be on, well, it's 286 from Briggs to Kooky, and then 275. So it's going to be on the, radial out of Knox, 15.6. So let's put in 15.6 here. Alright, so we're set up. Okay, let's see. So oh, I'm sorry to hear that, the FAA. So, have you talked to anybody, oh, we're going a little fast, about an alternate medication that is approved by the FAA? Where in the United States are you? I'm assuming you're in the U.S. because it's FAA. Are you? You don't have to like give specifics on the school. I'm just curious. Alright, so we're gonna hit the VOR in 20 miles and turn to 270. Now we gotta decide when do we want to start descending. So we have to be at 12,000 at Knox, and we are at 31. So okay, so it's like they're seeing how you stabilize basically and all that stuff. All right, so it's a bummer, but Houston, Kentucky. All right, hopefully the staff there is supportive of the situation. All right, so it's 12. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it's not at Knox. It's at. What's the name of this intersection? That's strange. Wait. This is Watson Span. This just says 20 miles north of Oxy. That doesn't even have a name? Wait a minute, I see it on the chart. Hold on. Huh. There's literally just no fix with the name there. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing I've seen. Well, that's pretty strange. Strange enough to make me blow past my course. Alright, so let's get the turn going.
Good day, I'm at 3979. 25-0, number 45. 15,000, northbound Alpha, then Alpha 3 back Bravo, Alpha.
Thought maybe I'd luck out and get right on it. But actually, It should come back in pretty quick. I'm gonna do like a 5-degree intercept for now. So yeah, I would tell you just to learn, so like let's say use X-Plane. Just jump in the Cessna 172. It's a really nice model. And just learn how to fly some traffic patterns, and then you could pick up basic IFR navigation using the 2 VOR indicators in there, because it's a slower plane, so you have a lot more time to tune and everything in and all that. It's really cool. Well, of course, I'm gonna have to file. Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen though, I'm okay. I'm within the tolerance of the airway, so that's what I'm playing. These airways have width, man. Okay, let's figure out when we're going to start descending. So, it's 20 miles north. Right. We're going to do, let's see, 31 minus, what was it, 12. 19 times 3 is 57. So I'm going to call it 67 to be safe. 7 minus 20. And minus
25 0, good day, UPS 09.
18. Okay, it's suggesting I should start my descent over span.
No worries, runway 4046.
That's true, is Moban. It's totally different kind of flying. Alright, so... Okay, we're going to start descending over span. Which is, let's see, DME 27. There's actually no official DME here. Well, I'm not supposed to get into the yard. I think I might wait one more generation to see where it goes. Oh, to the... Oh, what are you doing? Voice recognition? Yeah, I know. I might screw up all the time. Usually I can make it out, but there's no way I would have figured out yard from VR. Look at that rail yard. Speaking of yard. Man, look at that. I'm going to stick our head out the window. It's going to get loud. Oh, no. Good. We didn't. Look at that. Rail yard here. Then it gets bigger. This town's all about the railroad. Let's see what town it is. So we're just outside of Dryer. Where's Dryer? No, we're too far. Where's Dryer?
140, time to 5,000 on the Nimbus.
Here? Yeah, it's gotta be here. Okay, so... Wait, we're inside of Dryer, right? Oops, sorry.
Verify the heading 140 and heading 6.
Oh wait, yeah, not to scale. So we're past dryer. Okay, wait, sorry. Malfunction.
Delta 628 Delta, go straight ahead on Golf. Cross 24 left, closer to Romeo.
Okay, so we're like in this area.
Hold short of Charlie, go short of 1
Tough to tell what that was. It might have been this one. Some tracks coming in.
Right turn 220 on the heading 661.
Might have been this one. Fostoria. Yeah, look at that rail yard. Right there. It says rail yard. See, this is what the awesome thing is about. Or the rail yard. And passengers, if you look behind you, you see a rail yard. There it was.
090 the heading, runway 99, clear for takeoff. Runway 40. Scale to the 83, tower 89, alright, line up way with 0708.
Very cool.
Tower 3137, at Charlie, cross 210 left.
Can we get an SOE? Oh yeah, sure. Thanks, sure. I'm gonna do a flyby for you. Ready? Here we go. Whoops. Let's do a flyby like this. And then we'll do an extended flyby.
Chicago 401 had to continue via Echo Echo. Bravo, Papa, hold short, runway 9 right for departing traffic.
Do you want us to stay with you or over ground?
Stay with me.
Yeah.
Fire down, boy 4104, range down,
Number 4104.
Don't mind the sawtooth shadows.
10 center, clear to land.
It's a laminar limitation.
Denver
It's really more of a frame rate limitation.
Runway 10 left, line up and wait.
Uh-oh.
1600. 29 right, line up wait, wind 0708.
This is a cool view too.
Point 0, good day. 25 nothing, have a great night, great job, Envoy 4048.
How's that?
Chicago 401 heavy, monitor tower on 126.9er.
Runway 10 left, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff 10 left, and never 50. Takeoff.
9 right, clear for takeoff. We're heading next to United 26.
Envoy 4215, tower 29 right, line up wait, wind 0708.
Alright, so I don't think I bothered setting my next course. For all I know, we've blown past it. No, we haven't. So this is Cully. And the total distance here is 105 miles. Now, this is not to scale, so you can't say like it has a 105, but we're not even halfway there yet. We actually, it's based on this. So we're just past the halfway point. And we should set up the other VOR on a course of 275 on the nav2. So this should be 275. And that should be on 15.6. Okay, and there it is, 146 miles away. We can verify that it is out in front of us. Yes, it is.
Line up and wait, 9 right.
Envoy 3541, you can follow the golf team. United 2056, come up, sitting at 360.
Let's try 360 at 2056.
I'm at 81%. We're cruising as far as
ExoJet 552. Ground, make the right turn Kilo.
our speed goes.
Right turn Bravo. Papa.
I'll leave it like that. I'm sure it's going a little fast. There's another rail yard, smaller in comparison, but I was born in Michigan and used to love going after dinner with my dad. And we would take a walk down to the railroad tracks. And it was kind of cool where we lived. There was it was like a series of 3 tracks that cut across the main road in the town. So you can imagine how many trains were going up and down that line. Later on, I learned that it was like a major area where the Grand Trunk Railroad was running through, like one of the lines there. So occasionally it would be like an Amtrak train, but it was so cool when you see like 7, or not 7, like 5 or 6 locomotives just pulling through, and then boxcar after boxcar, tanker car, hopper, like just all this cool stuff, man. So I don't know, like to this day, I mean, like, model trains are always really neat to me, and just seeing a rail yard from the air kind of sparks that really kind of neat thing. Joinette sort of. My dad wasn't a big train guy or anything like that, but he was nice enough to walk with me and take me out to dinner to check it out. If anything, he probably thought it was a pain in the ass half the time, but you know. It was pretty cool. What's up, Nash? How you doing? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, Ernie. Yeah, and unfortunately where I live on Long Island, there's really no freight trains. There's a local lumber yard that uses some freight cars. So you'll see a diesel engine pulling, maybe 6 or 7 cars of sorts, and usually it's carrying wood. But at least it's better than passengers to look at. And it only goes by like once a day. But that's one cool thing, when you live inland, and not on Long Island. Like when you go to New Jersey, there's definitely a bunch of areas where there's some freight trains going through. Let's see what my ground speed is. Hold on. It's actually probably faster than that. We're doing 380. So 380 over the ground. And so to give you an idea of what's left, basically, when we hit Coley, we're going to have 100 miles to Knox, and then we'll go north about 30 miles, and then we'll have to vector ourselves another, let's see if this is to scale, this is 28 miles. This is about another 40 miles of flying. I'll keep it at 10, so we can keep it at 280, and then we'll bring ourselves around. So what is that, about 150 miles of flying left? I wish the U.S. would expand the railway infrastructure. Yeah. It's something that, I guess has been talked about a bunch of times in the U.S. about, the degree of rail versus trucks. Oh, let's see. When is that turn supposed to occur? We set it up, it was like 105 miles. Only problem with that is population density here, because a lot easier just for the cost. Yeah, it's interesting to see like all of the different angles and challenges that would go into making such a thing happen, you know. We're from Wisconsin, Ringling Brothers Circus went to north of us. Oh, no kidding. That's pretty cool, Ernie. So I'm gonna, at 104, we're gonna go right back to the chart and see where that aircraft symbol is. It's gonna be a little bit to the north of the fix because this needle is a little bit off.
That's what you do, appreciate it.
But the fact that it's 99 and 105 is a good sign. I'll let it hit the 2. So we should be like right over the fix almost. Right there it is. It's slightly north of it because of the deviation, but pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to go 275. And we get 275. And then we're going to go to 15.6. Okay, 2.6 to the left here. There's a hyperloop that Elon Musk is trying to get off the ground. Go ahead, Ismelvin.
552 tower, just up to the jet left, heavy movement at top of Papa, crossing the down the right. Thanks, no, picture.
I hope the performance is pretty good as we approach the airport. Let's get rid of a few windows. I think it's going to make a difference. But
Last cat, 292. I've turned to the house, number 29995. Charge 105 to 7. Then I want to center, clear to land. So land will do 414.
I think I saw something. I can't remember on the Hyperloop, but I can't remember the details.
Number 1416, fly running next to me, running 10 left, Delta, Delta,
How about another flyby?
Delta, envoy 14. Guy was 3049, wind 0507, and now it's Delta, Delta, line away. Hey, now it's 3049, 10 left, Delta, Delta, line away. Envoy 3737, contact departure 125.0.
Roger, good over 3737.
Charlie, go short 10 left. What kind of aircraft are you, and what tail do you are you at 49?
It's war. I don't know. That's like way above my above my intelligence level. I just hope that we have the checks and balances to prevent it. I like to feel like we do. I wouldn't lose sleep over it yet. You're from Iran. Yeah. Well, that's an interesting, even more of an interesting question, because then I would ask you is, because I answered it from like a U.S. perspective, like let's say Trump is out of hand and wants to start a war, you know. But if that ended up happening, like that's why I said that I think the checks and balances would hopefully keep that in check. But what is the perception in your country as far as something like that? Do all the citizens feel like that's going to happen? Are you guys scared of it? Do a lot of people want it? I'm kind of curious. Are you in Iran right now? Or are you from there? Yeah. Yeah. You're living there, yeah. Yeah, that's like one of the things that, I always try to remind ourselves for the most part. It's like, you see what the leaders of countries are doing, and that's what we see in the headlines, but we got to remember that a lot of the citizens of those countries probably don't feel that way. At least we hope not. But yeah, so I think like like Omaglab said, basically you'd have to have a lot of people that would be agreeing to such a thing. AJ, how's it going? What's happening? Yeah, that's... yeah, I have not been, that's what I figured is Mobin, that's why I always think to myself, like, again, like I was saying before, the leadership of a country and what the actual people want might be totally different. AJ, no, I'm not. I wish I was. How about yourself? Are you going? I did not get to go to Vegas either, unfortunately. So let's see, we're 54 miles out. We said we're gonna at span we're gonna start descending. So we're gonna take it down to 12. Oh, okay. Well, you're working on something good then. Just gonna put that there, and we're gonna start pulling back the power. And here we go. What is my hometown airport? I'm probably closest to Farmingdale. Farmingdale Republic. It's FRG. Jason. Yeah, of course it's Mobin. I would hope that you don't lose too much terrible sleep over it, because that can be stressful to think about. That's for sure. You talking about me, AJ? Jason? Or somebody else in chat. Oh, cool. How's he doing? How's he been, man? I haven't seen him in ages. I don't even see him in any of the chats. He moved to Dallas, right? I think. Or no, he was actually coming up to. Was he coming to New York? Now my brain is fried these days. I can't remember anything anymore. South Florida. Okay. If I remember correctly, I think he was. I know, you know, I think he was going to go on with an air carrier, if I remember correctly, right?
Wanted to go hangar to hangar. You're going to give way to the Sky West, the Delta Tail, 170 inbound, and transition to hangar to hangar is approved.
So we're going to begin a turn. Oh, okay, he's back to flying the Challenger again. Yes, carriers are 100. That's a lot of those are chess moves, you know. Those are just people, you know, they're moving the pieces and showing force. So outbound from Knox on 345. Let's set that up over here.
American 40 Heavy, we're holding our position.
Oh, no kidding, Iowa. That's cool. Well, I did see him on Discord reply to JSnap's announcement of his child, so that was cool.
American 40 Heavy, fly heading 090, running 10 left from Delta.
Oh, nice. Where you got a jump seat ride? Or was that in the sim? Just in JSnap, yeah. So Jason had like replied like, "Hey, congratulations." JSnap had a baby about 3 weeks ago, I guess. Oh, nice. Full motion sim. That's cool. Let's go over here and get the altimeter setting. Whoa, pink dot, seriously? Damn, I hope this draws in. We might have to come off X-Enviro weather and just load in X-Plane weather, because that's a better chance of giving us the schmutz. Alright, so it's 050. It's still going to be runway 10's right. And 2995. Go ahead and put that in now. Yeah, I had the fortune years and years ago of Westwind 2. Ismo, but are you thinking about like a Redbird simulator? I mean, those can be full motion, but a true full motion simulator, like a level C or D simulator, is mostly what AJ's talking about. And those are amazing. They did a flight without the motion, and even then it felt like you were moving because the visuals were just wrapped around you. It was sick. And then with the motion, of course, it's just that much more. No, I looked at that picture. I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, you heard me say, "Whoa, we got a jump seat flight." It's pretty cool. Check out the real airport versus the grass strip of the X-Plane. So there's like a grass strip runway. I guess that's where they're putting it. Maybe that's where one point was paved. I don't know. Looks like it's half grass turnaround.
And American 40 Heavies out of 4,000. Good night to you, sir. American 40 Heavy.
Oh, that's funny. That would be pretty funny if somebody was like, oh yeah, let me fly in and land at JFK first time.
American 2738, contact Chicago Departure 125.0, go ahead. American 2738. United 1249 left, Papa, Charlie, go Charlie, 10 left.
He does some good stuff.
13, contact departure 125.0.
But you probably zero departure grid that we broke out of 1400.
Pretty cool little lake with all these houses along the edge. It's got to be like prime real estate for this area. I'm gonna, hopefully the sim doesn't crash. We're gonna kill X Enviro. And we're gonna go to weather. Metro Worlds, update, refresh rate, every 60? How about every 15? Shouldn't that be the case?
Copy, left turn, 320, on a 75.
Ooh, wind shear. Okay, hold on. Sorry, passengers. That was pretty violent. Okay.
United 1294 United at Charlie, cross 110 left, join Kilo, and contact ground 11100.
Look at see if we can see the VOR.
1249, I got 1294, 1249, and Charlie, cross 110 left, join Kilo, and then contact ground 121. Charlie, cross.
Alright, we're a little overshooting here. Let's do this. 345.
UPS 605 on Foxtrot, on Tango cross 10 center, turn left on Papa, Delta. Okay, clear to cross, 10 center and Tango, left on Papa, down there,
And so what we're going to do is we're turning over Knox. And basically at 28 miles, well, we're supposed to turn 340. So we'll make the initial turn and then we'll head, you know, south of the airport. So we'll keep it at 280.
American 1012 Tower 0408, running 10 left, Delta line. Contact 110 left, Delta, 101.
Let's get that back in course here. pulling up the chart on my iPad also, because it's going to be down to minimums. I might not be able to alternate back and forth on the views.
12, turn right heading 180, 180. When they always have Delta Delta, there's a takeoff. 180, clear for takeoff on 109 at Delta Delta. American 1354, 10507.
So the minimums for 200, okay.
Charlie, crossing 10 left, and 0, and contact down 1.
A little fast.
American 2892, contact departure 5.0. Beginner. 1354, flighting 090, runway 10 Delta Delta, clear for takeoff. At 570 Tower, 10577, runway 10 Delta Delta, on the way.
Alright, cool. So, just so you guys see where we are. Kind of coming up here. And, I didn't put the approach in there, so let's go ahead and put that in. I'm gonna do, wait. Yeah. What am I doing? 10 right. And
572, turn left, heading 320, runway 10 Delta Delta, for takeoff. 4043, wind 0406, runway 10 Delta Delta, miles away.
okay. So previously, what's awesome about this new Navigraph stuff is that this. So previously what you do is if you were using either this, right, or let's say you were using the in-route chart from here. So I'm going to turn 345, I'm going to be out over the lake. Then you'd switch over to the chart itself. Whoops, wrong one. And you'd be looking at this. You say, okay, I'm going to come somewhere down here, but I have like kind of no idea exactly where. And bring myself around. Well, what's kind of neat is when you see it like this, and then you switch over to the actual approach chart, you now are truly getting like that sort of overlay ability to judge exactly, you know, how far to the south you're going to end up, or if you wanted to go further north, you could. So we're supposed to go 3, what was it, 3-4? 340. Alright, so the inbound course, since we're going to basically be on headings now, as if we were getting vectors, is, let's see, inbound is 094. And it's 110.75. You're using SimBrief? Okay. I'm going to put in the... we need 2 VORs here. We need the missed approach, which is called DuPage 1084. And O'Hare is 10825. I gotta be getting my turn. I'm gonna end up going too far to the north. So 10825. And we're gonna put that active for now, and then we're gonna go to. So 270. Let's go to 260 for now.
Yeah, that's it.
392, roger. Wind 0309er, Vincent RBR, south of Portland. Runway 10
Okay, that can't be right. Why is it saying 108? Let's just get rid of this for now.
936 heavy. You can contact departure on 1250.
I guess there's no real VOR at O'Hare. This is Northbrook, okay. The Northbrook looks to be about 15 miles to the north. It's not going to really serve me any use. The missed approach VOR though, which is past the field. 184. It's about 18 miles past the field. And it's kind of where I want to be. Or at least south of it. So here's what I want to do. If we do this again. Okay, so I basically want to fly south of this VOR. And I'm going to do a pretty long ILS. I want to do the step downs, but I don't know if we're going to get reception. So we'll just see how that works out. So what we'll do is we'll fly to this VOR, and then we'll spin around. Come over safe fly. Alright, give that a shot. Vic Livelog, how's it going? Okay. So we'll do 1084 on the F2, which I think I have active, yes. Yeah, we're just going to keep it, a little to the right, that's fine. There's the city. We'll see what happens when we fly by. Maybe the weather will diminish. I mean, before they were reporting this, and as of 26 minutes ago, it was half mile, fog, overcast at 500. So it could be, what X-Plane might do is, from altitude we can see down through the fog, but once we get below a certain altitude, we might just end up in this soup. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you like that, huh?
I just want to make sure, right turn right on Papa, hold short of Echo Echo for exec jet 392. Alright, right on Papa. Right.
Alright, let's start getting down. So we gotta get down to 8. And let's just match up this bug with 250.
Yeah, 605 heavy leading 3000, turn right heading 180.
Okay, so this airport is there. We got the city over here. Net driver, hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for following.
Stay with me on this frequency. Number 3395, runway 10 left to Delta Delta, search for takeoff, flight on runway heading.
Vic Livelog, thank you for following.
Delta line on the way. GPS 605 Heavy. You can contact departure on 125.0.
125 decibels area, yeah, 605 heavy connect.
So this should have like some X-Planes Chicago landmarks, which I realized the last flight out of Chicago, last couple flights out of Chicago, I did not have a folder in there. Oh, there's that soup we were talking about. Okay. So much for seeing anything in Chicago, which is fine with me.
There is 356, runway 10 center for the land. Wind 040 at 7, RVR 2,000, midpoint 3,000, roll out 5,000.
Okay, so now I'm going to go to
Here is 457, runway 10 Delta Delta, line up and wait. Number 3395, moving 3,000, turn right heading 180.
Let's see what the temperature is. 10 degrees, alright.
For 3395, contact departure on 125.0.
Looks like we have some,
3395.
might see the landmarks just a little bit. There they are. Alright, sorry, Bomb Smith.
457, runway 10.
We got him in. Oh, look at that. Ooh, we almost had him super clear for you for a sec. Alright, so let's put this on 1075. That's the ILS. And we got Paige dialed in on 108.4. And it's saying out in front of us, but it's saying that it's 29 miles away. That seems crazy to me, but alright. I'm going to now dial in 270. You want to buy planes, but I'm still learning the flight plan phase. Okay, cool. What kind of planes are you interested in?
United 2131 is ready for 10 center.
United 2131, runway 10 center, clear to land. RVR 2,600, midpoint 6,500, rollout 6,500, the wind is 040 at 8.
Clear to land, 10 center, United 2131.
Spirit 457, contact departure on 125.0. Envoy 3814, runway 10 left to Delta Delta, line up and wait. 10 left to Delta Delta, line up and wait. The 356, the folks short of Echo Echo, the departure.
Alright, so this is pointing at DuPage VOR. I could take it down to... Let's see. I could take it down to 7. And then turn base right after. Maybe I'll do that instead of going out to 30 miles.
Alright, last hit 26 with the ILS.
Alaska 26, runway 10 center, clear to land. The wind is 030 at 8. Touchdown RDR 3000, midpoint 6,500. Rollout 6,500.
Alaska 26, clear to land 10.
Let's go ahead and turn.
We're going 34 or 3814, runway 10 left and Delta Delta, clear for takeoff, heighting 070. Envoy 3507, runway 10 left and Delta Delta, line of the way.
So to give you a heads up on where we are, I guess you can see it over here. Okay, yeah, we're like down here.
2131 this thing. High speed, you can do it, and then join top on the short
Yep, that's that weird X-plane cloud thing on the ground.
Now, 331 on the right.
What kind of plane are you looking at that has an FMC? Are you with X-plane?
Rollout and midpoint greater than 6,500.
There's always the Zebo mod that you get started with. Everybody loves it. It's free.
Contact departure 125.
090, order departure on board 3814.
Envoy 3507, runway 10 left and Delta Delta, clear to take up line the runway.
Okay, so as soon as this is pointing at my 4 o'clock, I'm going to turn base. It's indicating about 1:30 right now, maybe 2.
Left turn here, and then just kind of hold behind United. United 2131, turn left on Tango, and cross runway 10 left, hold short of, we'll start at Tango 10, Alpha 10.
Clear to cross 2 left, Tango short, Tango 10. Attitude 48 coming up right.
United 48, runway 10 center, clear to land. The wind is...
Oh, okay, so you already have the Zebo. So what other airplanes are you interested in?
3,500, midpoint rollout more than 6,000.
Good ship, yep. Clear to land 10 center, United 248, thank you.
Alaska 26, turn left on Tango, cross runway 10 left. And for now, just follow United on more for you. Spirit 356, turn left at Echo Echo. And then cross runway 10 left.
I'm down at 3,200, 3330 in each tank.
Envoy 3507, turn right heading 180.
Looks like a nice little airport to go visit sometime. Yeah, it's a nice little patch of nice, colorful land. Somebody made some buildings and hangars. Lined it up nicely with everything. Very good. Yeah, very proud of them. Alright.
Tonight, Alaska 26. Coming Alpha 10, turn right on Alpha.
Let's get this to 220. 210.
Envoy 4146, runway 10 left to Delta Delta, line up the way.
Envoy 4170.
4176. Spirit 356 at Alpha 20, join Alpha Gate. Correct. Envoy 4176, runway 10 left to Delta Delta. Clear for takeoff, turn left heading
okay, we're on.
380.
Let's get down to 190.
Limber 4544, runway 10 left to Delta Delta, line up the way.
0 left.
FedEx 1107 at Bravo Bravo, cross runway 10 center, traffic on a 5-mile final. Turn left on top of, hold short of Zulu.
Clear to cross 10 center, Bravo Bravo.
And we're gonna put 6 in here for now. And we're gonna shoot most of the
United 248.
approach at 170 +5.
Kind of continue the left turn on the top of, hold short of tank.
Shut out of there, so thank you. I'll call in 1.
Let's go 682, runway 10 center for the land, the wind is 040 at 7. RVR more than 6,500.
Okay, let's put auto brake on medium. Free brake set for auto deploy.
Hold right there, 248. Limber 4544, runway 10 left to Delta Delta, clear for takeoff, fly the runway ahead.
Going in.
Let's do 060.
JetBlue 566 inbound over Ray, ILS 10 center.
JetBlue 566, runway 10 center, clear to land.
And we're gonna hope that that CDI comes alive.
RVR greater than 6,000.
Awesome. 10 center, clear to land. JetBlue 566.
Might have to.
146, contact departure on 125.0.
Let's go to 070.
Correct. 4176, contact departure 125.0. Switch to 90. 248 at Tango, broad runway 10 left, slope to Alpha 10 Alpha Gate.
So we're just gonna. So we're too far out. Like we should have a localizer, but the database, there it is. The database is a little bit. It needs to be fixed.
Continue on to Bravo, and then Alpha 20. You'll sidestep to Alpha to the gate.
Okay, so once we're inside of 21, we can go down to 6. Get to flaps 5.
Left turn at the high speed, and then a right turn on top of. Hold short of SOS.
Oops, there we go.
Lindbergh 4544,
Knew that was
right
gonna happen.
180.
Right 180, Lindbergh 4544.
Lindbergh
Oops, wrong one.
4544, contact departure 125.0.
250, Lindbergh 4544.
Lufthansa 433 Heavy, runway 10 left, full length, line up the way. Spirit 331, can you just monitor ground point 9?
Okay, then 18.3, we can take it down to 5. So that might happen before we get down to 6.
Chicago United 1938, Ray inbound 10 center.
Okay.
38, runway 10 center, clear to land, and wind 040 at 7, RVR greater than 3,000.
I'm just going to take a guess and get it down to 5. Before we hit 6, it's probably going to say 18. There it is.
You're welcome. FedEx 1627 Heavy, Hold position, there'll be one more arrival, and then we'll get you.
And then once we're inside of 15, we can go down to 4.
Short of center from JetBlue 566 left turn when able, and then a right turn onto Papa. Hold short of Echo Echo.
Right turn, Papa, short of Echo Echo, JetBlue 566.
Lufthansa 433 heavy, runway 10 left. Full length, cleared for takeoff, turn left heading 360.
Lufthansa 433 heavy, 10 left.
FedEx 1107 heavy, runway 10 left, full length. Line up the left.
Line point 10 left, full length, FedEx 1107.
Alright, we're going to take it down to 4. There it is, 215. We didn't hit 5 yet, so.
Blue 566, what gate are you going to?
And then at 12, we can go down to 2300.
No, I'm going back up.
Okay.
And then at 2300, we'll have 5.5 miles to get it in the landing configuration and pick up the glide slope. Okay, missed approach.
27 heavy.
Climb to 1200, climb right turn to 4000 direct.
Center, and then turn right on Papa, hold short of Delta Delta.
Should have set that up. So direct is for now about there.
566,
Okay, 12.
1938, this left turn is able. Join Delta, hold short of Tango.
And we could take it down to 2300, right? Let's get flaps 10 in there.
It's their 856, you'll be next to go. Honda 433 heavy, contact departure on 125.0.
But thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
Decision altitude is 880 feet. Let's just put this at, which is 200 AGL above field elevation. So let's put that there.
For takeoff, 10 left, full length, runway heading, FedEx 1107 heavy.
Okay, glide slope's coming alive. Gears coming down. Flaps 15, 150. Autopilot's off.
Alpha 10 Alpha to the gate.
10 left at Tango,
Aeromax 2682, turn left at Echo Echo, cross runway 10 left, what gate do you have? Correct, what gate are you going to? Roger. JetBlue 566, turn left at Echo Echo, cross runway 10 left. You're going to continue north onto Bravo, and just hold for the Alpha 20 for a moment.
Alright, JetBlue 566, left turn at 11, cross 10 left. Northbound on Bravo, hold short, Alpha 20.
FedEx 1107 heavy, turn left heading 320.
Left turn 320,
Moving
FedEx
fast.
1107 heavy.
Hello, range 2544, just inside range.
Exit 2544, runway 10 center, clear to land, and 1040 at 7, RVR greater than 6,000.
land 10 starter now, American 4544.
FedEx 1107, Heavy, contact departure.
Okay, so we had 880.
250, have a good night. FedEx 1107 Heavy.
Ice Air 856, runway 10 left at Delta Delta, line of the way.
Fine, so wait, Delta, 10 left, side, 356.
Cargo Lux 97 Echo. You can make the left turn there at Delta Delta, and you're going to follow American out.
Left turn, Delta, Delta, copy, departure 967 Echo.
Mexico 682, can you continue straight ahead, please? There's traffic behind you. If you need to, make a right turn on Victor, but I need you to move forward. 682, go ahead and you can follow.
Okay, we got the approach lights in sight. Go down to 100 below. Runway environment sight continuing.
There, 856, runway 10 left at Delta Delta, cleared for takeoff.
Continuing.
Delta, Delta, 356.
Oh, we're slow, damn it.
1627, heavy, runway 10 left at Delta Delta, line of the way.
Delta 1627 heavy.
American 1461, you can make a left turn if you like, you'll follow FedEx out.
What's that about 1461? American 2499, 65 ring.
American 2499, runway 10 center, clear the land. The wind
Whoa, what happened? Why did my damn spoilers?
Right, clearly 107, American 2499.
See, my reversers came back in. We'll check it out on replay.
566 at Alpha 20, join Alpha to the gate.
Thanks, guys.
2544, left turn here, right turn on Papa, hold turn to Echo Echo.
That was pretty cool. I'm glad we came off X-Enviro weather, and because that was pretty good and pretty close to minimums. I think we came out with about 200 feet above minimums. We'll be able to see that on the replay.
Leaving 3000, turn left heading 360.
Alright, let's get this on. We gotta cross the free runway, so let's leave the lights on until we do. We'll get all this off.
1627 heavy, runway 10 left to Delta Delta, cleared for takeoff, fly the runway heading.
And let's see where we are. So we just
American 1461, caution turbulence, runway 10 left to Delta
let's
Delta,
just
line
go
of the way.
straight down this way for now.
American 1461.
And we should be able to see a sign there. Okay, Whiskey 528. 10 right. Whiskey 5 at 10 right. So
2499.
oh, actually we had this too. We could do
and
this.
then turn right on Papa, hold turn to
Anyway,
Echo Echo.
so yeah, we just came off of here. We'll check out a couple of replays after landing. I have no idea where Delta parks here. I should have looked that up before the flight, but we'll just go straight on up to
Good evening, Oceana 242.
Papa, and then Echo Echo. Oh, actually we could.
Runway 10 center, clear to land. The wind is 050.
Like I said, it would depend on where they are.
Greater than 6,000.
So, we'll come up. Foxtrot, we'll make a left on Papa and diagonally across the Tango. Let's see where that takes us. Echo 9, thanks. So let's check it out. So Echo is over here. Okay, cool. So then the Tango taxiway will work out for us. Thank you, thank you.
FedEx 1627 heavy, leaving 3000, turn right heading 180.
Master 3000, right 180, FedEx 1627 heavy.
Oh, no, Trevor. Thanks, man. I'm glad you liked it.
American
It's a pretty cool approach.
1461, runway 10 left at Delta Delta, cleared for takeoff. Fly the runway heading.
This is probably a question about the
FedEx 1627 Heavy,
pressurization.
runway 10
Oh,
left.
anti-ice, okay.
FedEx 1627 Heavy, contact departure 125.0.
250, FedEx 1627 Heavy.
So this is what is this? Nimbus.
On 242 Heavy, left turn when able, right turn on Papa, and are you
Their
going north
version
turn?
of Chicago. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, exit to the left here and then turn right on
Okay, we'll
Papa,
pretend that we've
turn
been
Echo X.
cleared to cross here.
American 2544 at Echo Echo, cross, runway 10 left, what gate do you have?
At Echo Echo, we have K1 American 2544.
American 2544, you can continue north to Bravo, taxi park.
Whoa. Yeah, that didn't work too
American
well, huh?
2499 at Echo Echo, cross, runway 10
Keep your eyes
left.
on the taxiway.
Echo Echo, cross 10 left.
And what gate do you have today?
Kilo scan.
Alright, American 2499.
We should have Tango up here.
Take a left turn on Lima Lima and into the alley.
Usually cross Lima Lima into the alley,
I think the guy's getting progressive.
American 1461.
Or no.
Contact
Maybe not.
125.0. Cargo Lux 97 Echo Heavy, runway 10 left at Delta
Yeah,
Delta.
we'll go to
line up
cross
runway.
here.
Cargo Lux 97 Echo Heavy, runway 10 left at Delta Delta, line up and wait.
I think it's kind of cool looking at the wing view when you're crossing a runway.
Spirit 736 Island.
I don't know why.
On Spirit 7,
Besides,
36,
oh my God,
runway 10
guys.
center,
Oh
clear to
man,
land.
please forgive me.
Wind 050 at 9, RPR more than 6,000.
All right, so that's November. We'll go take it to Kilo and like Alpha 9. Oops, just a few taxi lights. Hey man, that's what they get for not putting in pavement taxi lights over here. Come on. Alright, this is Alpha 10 and Tango. Okay, and that's Alpha 10. So we'll take it to the next one. And then we'll go into Echo Gates. Like AJ was kind enough to look up for us. See specifically if Echo 9 is available.
And then a right turn on Papa, hold for the Tango.
It's pretty cool with all the
Hold right there.
haze.
Go ahead and monitor ground on 121.9. They will call you if they need to move you.
Hey Rod, what's going on, man?
Right there.
Mr. Rod! We're gonna, I don't know if you want to hang out for a replay, but we shot it pretty close to minimums. It's pretty cool.
Adriana 242 heavy.
1.5 hours before a gate opened. Ah, and you missed the connection. Let's see where Echo 9 is.
Continue northbound, hold short about 20.
That's a major dick out.
Cross on the Echo Echo, then continue hold.
Parking gates.
Then hold being showed Alpha 20, Ashana 242.
American.
Echo 9 is along this interior stretch, and we gotta make a right and then a left.
RBR more than 6,000.
Clear to land, 10 Center, American 222.
Delta 2727, turn left at Tango, cross runway 10 left. Then you can use Alpha.
Alright, don't worry, we're not gonna take off.
Alright, Tango cross 10 left and Alpha 10 to I'll take
736, exit to the left, then make a right turn on Papa, hold short of Echo Echo.
It's like almost like two center lines, here and then here. It's weird, right?
Cargo Lux 97, Echo Heavy, contact departure
So
on
we're gonna go to Echo
125.0.
150, Cargo 97, Echo Heavy.
Skywest 2990, runway 10 left at Delta Delta, line up and wait. Gianna 242.
See, the auto gate here should work. Might as well activate that too. Hey Ernie, are you going to FlyJSim Expo?
736, hold for the Echo Echo.
Oh my God! You guys see that guy on the cell phone that just walked out of the building and back in? That was pretty impressive. You could probably do it again because they're on a loop.
41's Ray, ILS 10 center.
Delta 2241, runway 10 center, clear to land, wind 040 at 7, RVR more than 6,000.
There he is, there he is.
Runway 10 center, Delta 2241.
Skywest 2990, runway 10
That was pretty awesome.
Delta, cleared for takeoff, fly the runway heading.
Guy needed fresh air. Here he comes. Ready? Here he comes.
Envoy 3611, runway 10 left,
Here he comes.
Delta Delta,
Ready?
line
Here
up
he
and
comes. Ah, fresh air. Okay, let's go back in. It's kind of foggy out here. That's funny.
20, left turn
All right,
label, right turn on Papa, hold short of Echo Echo.
Echo Echo here.
Here comes the gates. Ooh, it's even got the spinny tires and the animated pneumatic hoses. I like it.
Roger.
Tower Korean Air 9287, the cargo price, pipeline,
Nice.
10 center.
Korean Air 9287 heavy, runway 10 center, clear to land, the wind 040 at 8, RVR.
Yeah.
Touchdown RVR and midpoint RVR of more than 6,000. Rollout is 2,400.
Oh, you did?
Air 9287.
I'm playing expensive and I shouldn't go to
South target.
even though it will never. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
That was 2900 leaving 3,000.
All right, let's do a little quick replay. I think I can just do it. Oh yeah, nice. Oops.
Envoy 3611, runway 10 left at Delta Delta. Cleared for takeoff, fly the runway heading.
Put him on this side. When we finally spotted the environment, we were a little bit off to the right. So you should see an adjustment being made to the left.
2241 if able, the next high speed, and then a
You see lights.
right turn on Papa.
This is great. This is the, I guess, yeah, after a certain version, explain obscured not just the runway lights, but also the aircraft. That's awesome.
Skywest 2900, contact departure on 125.0. Spirit 736, turn left on Echo Echo.
I got too slow,
Go all the way up
so
to
we came
Alpha
with
20,
quite a bit of
and
power
then Alpha
initially.
Gate. Delta 2241, turn left on Tango, cross runway 10 left, and then you can use Alpha 10 and Alpha to the gate.
See that? Where the reversers started to come out, then I started to give it power, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute.
American
There we go.
222 at
Good thing we
Echo
saw it,
Echo,
otherwise we would have
left,
basically
and
blasted off the end of the runway.
10 left past Echo Echo, and we're going to Kilo 3 is open.
Let's check it out from inside,
Kilo 2.
where we saw the
Kilo 3, 222. Yeah, again,
runway environment.
Echo Echo, cross runway 10 left, and joining Bravo.
At Echo Echo, cross 10 left, Bravo to the gate, American 222.
Envoy 3611, turn left heading 320.
That's 320, Envoy 3611. That is 1651 Ray ILS.
It's a weird clicking noise.
Korean Air 9287, left turn when able.
So the next update of this airplane, JSNAP will have
Echo Echo.
made the replay system just as good as the 727.
On is 80,
So we're at 1300.
heavy, runway 10 left,
Let's
full
pause
length,
it for a
line up
minute. And minimums
United 1651.
was basically 880.
Roger, 10 center, cleared line,
Whoops.
1651.
Oh, I have the wrong chart up. I was looking at, which one's I looking at?
Rollout 3,500.
Oh, you know what it is? I was looking at the regular version of the chart.
Envoy 3611.
And this is the airline version of the chart. It's only category C and D. So it was actually 780. We could have gone lower. But here it is for... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Never, I'm reading this wrong. Okay. So unless we were Cat 2 or Cat 3, we would have been down to 780, which is a radio altimeter altitude of 110. That doesn't sound right. But either way, 880 was the decision altitude I was going off of. And we bust out, I think, a couple hundred feet before. So we'll see what happens. Half mile.
Tower, good evening, United 841, Ray for 10 center.
United 841.
You can see at 3 miles out, we were a little bit off to the left. And I was relatively on speed.
0407 is now showing RBR.
But it's crazy how quickly you can drift off to the other side. We're slightly above glide path. And I was in this view. This is the view I use on these kind of approaches. Okay. So let's actually go like this. I want to see like when that first came into view. Okay, so 200 feet above the minimums. So that's a pretty cool approach. We had to take it down pretty low under instruments. And then we had runway environment right there. So we continued. See how slow we got under the VREF. Alright, then here, oh, we're not going to see it because the lights don't work. So what happens is, okay, yeah, they disappear. If we saw like the full thing, yeah, they come back on. You can't really go by that, but that's kind of what my indicators were. So I think what happens is in this airplane is if you touch down and the weight on the wheels, right, basically pushes that squat switch. I don't know if they call it that in these planes. But basically it's saying, okay, I'm on the ground now, you can unlock those reversers. But if the weight comes off of it enough, like a bounce, then they go back in. I don't feel like I bounced, but maybe the weight came off of it that they did go back in, or maybe I spazzed out on pushing the button, because I have a button programmed to bring them out. But that's what happened over here. It's going to be loud. So here I touch and then I push the button and they start to come out, and then for whatever reason either I hit it again or the weight came off the wheels enough. See, in the manual it does tell you like don't bring the reversers out until you are all 3 points are down. Which the main reason, safety reason for that is so that if you were really high nose, you don't accidentally scrape one of the reversers on the ground. So this is where I was throttling up. So basically what happened was I touched down, I know I pushed the button.
1247.
I then started to throttle it up, but it had come back in, so I was giving takeoff thrust again. And I was like, oh no. So if I had done like what you should be doing, then, but I like to kind of just bring the reverses up out while we're in a little wheelie in a flare. For some reason, I enjoy doing that. Even though it's probably not. Connor Sim, hey man, thanks for following.
1021 at Bravo Bravo, cross runway 10.
Even though I'd probably get a big slap on the wrist with a ruler if I was flying for Delta or anybody else. I was like, all right, there we go. I doubt we can see the plane from the tower, but okay.